According to Axios journalist Barak Ravid, Benjamin Netanyahu wants Alan Dershowitz to represent Israel.
Particularly of Israel, you've been very, potent in speaking out in favor of Israel's right to defend itself. I've read reports, and I don't know if they're true, that you might be representing Israel before the International Court of Justice. I don't know if you can comment on that, Alan, or if you just want to talk about whether there's a case there.
There is a case there, and of course I would be honored to speak up on behalf of Israel in any capacity. It's not a strong case. Israel is not engaged in genocide.
I have to say, this morning when I discussed it with my friends, Jamie Stern-Weiner, colleagues, comrades, we almost all thought it was a joke. These people live in such a bubble, this Jewish supremacist bubble, that they don't see that Alan Dershowitz is not taken seriously anymore. He's an object of complete ridicule. Why would you even do that? If you watch the recent interviews he did an amusing one with this Qatari interlocutor. And he said, Alan Dershowitz said, UNICEF is Hamas. UNESCO is Hamas. The climate movement is Hamas. And Human Rights Watch is Hamas. And finally, the interlocutor, Qatari, he said, Professor Dershowitz, is there anything that's not Hamas? I mean, the man is, all right, he's older. I hope I can retain my lucidity when I'm his age. Otherwise, I beg and plead with my friends, Norm, stop. Alan Dershowitz obviously has no friends.
Right.
Because they would have told him, Al, your day has passed. So why would they choose him? Actually, somebody tweeted, if Alan Dershowitz is representing Israel, then Norman Finkelstein should represent South Africa. Actually, I have to say, I would get a good laugh out of that. But they have very competent people. There's John Dugard, who apparently played a big role in writing the South Africa genocide brief. There's another guy, Vaughn Lowe, who's excellent. They have good people. Why they would choose Dershowitz is beyond me. Actually, they do have, there's Yoram Dinstein, and there are others who, I don't like their politics, but they certainly can make a compelling case before the court. What the South Africans are asking for, I should be clear, they're calling on the international justice to issue effectively what we call in our society a temporary restraining order. If I can explain for your audience, there is a genocide convention. Israel is a signatory to that convention. South Africa is a signatory to that convention. And South Africa is saying that Israel is guilty of genocide. It's in breach of the convention. Israel says it's not in breach of the convention, and therefore that constitutes what's called a dispute under international law. And that being a dispute, the International Court of Justice, which can arbitrate on disputes pertaining to international conventions, as is the Genocide Convention, the International Court of Justice can decide who's right and who's wrong in this matter, in this dispute. South Africa wants to expedite the process because a genocide's happening before our eyes in real time. And the way you can expedite the process is to say, we are not asking for a final judgment by the ICJ, the International Court of Justice. We're not asking for a final judgment whether it is or isn't genocide. What we're asking for is something else. We're asking that you acknowledge that we're making a plausible case for genocide, and therefore, if we can use the example, a temporary restraining order should be put on Israel until the whole case can be adjudicated.